Hey, what up, guys? It's Dragon Ball for Life here. Now, I'm going to be debunking the Kirby versus Majin Buu death battle. In my last video, the Goku Black versus Reverse Flash one, I said I was going to be doing this, and I also talked about how I was going to be doing it today. Luckily, I did get my stuff set up, and I can do it today. I did check my other video right now. There was some audio problems on the video itself directly. Hopefully, that isn't too much for you, because I think at this point it's fine, because as long as my audio isn't getting choppy, it's fine. Because the video itself, I'm going to be pausing and skipping most of it. And you guys can watch it on yourself if you were really invested. And if you guys ever need like a link to it, I'll put it in the description anytime. But this is Death Battle. You guys, most of you have seen it. The reason you're watching my video is to see what I think about it, and also how I would debunk it with my analysis. Now, Kirby is one of those characters that I love. I loved watching his show. I played some of the games, but I wouldn't say that I know a ton about him. So I can't give you really in-depth analysis on Kirby, but I will give you some stuff, because there are things that they put in this video that I've seen about him that I see that was kind of wrong. Also, Buu himself. I know a lot about Buu, and I'm going to give you all the explanations on that. So once again, I'm going to be skipping quite a bit of this video. I'm just going to be focusing on the statements and feats. So let's get into it.
But look at him! He's just so adorable and cuddly. He couldn't hurt a fly. Kirby is a ravenous cannibal who thrives on the blood of mass murder.
Did you do this?
His trademark
Okay, sorry. He's 8 inches, 10 ounces. Likely under 10 ounces. Ooh. Species unknown. Infinitely. Okay.
durability and an arsenal stranger than an average day in Florida. His trademark power is his inhale ability, which sucks almost everything in with a powerful vortex. With it, he can clear out everything from a quick meal to an acre of forest in a matter of seconds. Plus, Kirby's body is malleable, allowing him to stretch his mouth and inhale larger objects, though he does have trouble wrapping his mouth around extremely large and heavy things. Like my dick! Kirby weighs practically nothing, allowing him to inflate his body and fly like a sentient balloon. He can also traverse the skies and outer space using his personal vehicle, the Warp Star, which he can call up at any time on speed dive. Pink ride, but it was something else. The Warp Star is Kirby's primary means of transportation through the universe and can fly at speeds faster than light. It is forged of Kirby's own energy, so, while delicate, should it be destroyed, Kirby can easily create a new one on his own, making the cell phone kind of pointless. I'd be happy to take that phone off of his hands, though I'm a bit iffy on standing anywhere. And by inhaling a miracle fruit, he becomes Hypernova Kirby, capable of devouring worlds. Last but not least, by absorbing his own Warp Star, Kirby can create his ultimate weapon, the Star Rod, a magical staff powered by dreams and capable of destroying evil. And most of the moon. The only problem with Kirby's copy ability is they don't last. One bad hit and they're throw a monster 30 times his size on a frying pan all the way to the...
Okay, here are the feat strengths that they're using. Crack planet Popstar in half, punch a hole through the earth, through pop on to the sun. Okay, let's go through all these stuff. First, him cracking the planet in half. He did this in one of the games, but it was like a mini game. So you know how in Mortal Kombat they have the one where they have like a metal object and you're karate chopping and destroying it? It was basically that. And he, when you hit the max of it, you punch super hard that it puts a crack throughout the entire planet, like, you know, basically destroying the planet in half. And a lot of people try to use it saying he has planet level striking strength. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but the problem with using that is that's a mini game, not an actual, you know, thing in the story. Because if you play the full game, Planet Popstar does not get damaged at all. There's no crack in it. There's no destruction of Planet Popstar. That's only a mini game that has no effect on the actual story of the game itself. So that's just an additional feature. So to use that as an argument is kind of paper thin, you know. Punch a hole through the earth. I don't know what that. This one I do remember throwing him in the sun and stuff. But from what I've seen, somebody calculated this and they stated that it wasn't good. It wasn't even that crazy as a lot of people try to make it sound. Like, yeah, it was like a heavy beat and it's crazy, but it was more like a cartoonish thing, you know. It's not something to take too serious anyway. Obliterated pop star in manga. I don't know about that. destroyed a Nova who's planet-sized. Well, it depends on how he destroyed him. It's not just be like, oh, he destroyed him. Did he attack the core of him that set him off to get destroyed, or what? Defeated Nightmare and Dark Matter. Okay.
Sun circled the burning star and returned to Kirby's feet with the perfectly cooked monster. I think that might be the most ridiculous feat we've ever seen on Death Metal. But he's not just strong. He's so tough that he was barely phased after being crushed under thousands of tons of pressure and effortlessly survived an explosion massive enough to eclipse the entire world.
The problem with that one, they're like the other one where they're talking about like a mini game. This one is literally an opening to a video, one of his games. So it's like the opening cutscene. You see this a lot with Dragon Ball games. One in particular where there's Super Vegito, Super Gogeta versus Broly. This was years back, way before the movie. So they fought, and Broly was on equal footing. Obviously, DBZ Broly would not be equal to Super Saiyan Gogeta. That is just a cutscene. It doesn't have to make sense. So them using this really doesn't prove their argument unless it's shown in the game itself or as the mangas they said or the show. It doesn't really count. If it's an opening like cutscene and stuff, those stuff are not to be made taken seriously. This is why I have a problem with this death battle, because I felt like the feats they're using were very paper thin. They're using feats from like random stuff from a mini game and now a cutscene. That seems random. If you're gonna talk about it from the show, the actual gameplay and like the story in the game and the manga itself. But don't be talking about stuff that are outside or additional.
He's achieved all of this despite being only 8 inches tall. A complete idiot. Who is the equivalent of a man-sized... Talk about your terrible twos. Boo has a ridiculous arsenal for killing worlds. He can fly, shoot...
Wait,
Boo is the equivalent of a man-sized toddler.
Remember the specifics on these warheads. Nuclear warheads. I don't know why they're doing that. People talked about this, how they basically saying that he can do something. Like, obviously he can do that. That's like underestimating like what he could do. He can do more than nuclear warheads. Like the Dragon Ball characters way before this, all the way back to the Frieza saga, could destroy planets and even stars. So the fact that you're saying that Kirby can have nuclear power, level of power, that doesn't really mean much. Especially when you're trying to like keep on restating that Kirby has planet level destroying abilities. He can punch a hole through a planet. He can destroy a planet. He destroyed a planet-sized being. But then you're just saying nuke level. I don't know. Way above nuke.
Talk about your terrible twos. Boo has a ridiculous arsenal for killing worlds. He can fly, shoot lasers, destroy cities by breathing too hard, and can fire a beam from his head penis that turns people into candy. Boo's sick. It's not his genitals. It's his ability, his whole body in general. Whatever he's made of, it's magic in nature. Boo's body can be pulled, stretched, or even ripped apart with no negative effects. He can even pull entire slabs from his belly and use his own flesh as a weapon. This is just getting stranger and stranger. Yes, and he apparently does feel pain, though it seems to please him, like some sort of combat masochist. Fortunately, his body can regenerate almost instantly. He can be blasted to smithereens and reform himself in seconds. He's practically invincible. Boo can mimic any key attack after seeing it in action only once. This is how he learned Goku's Kamehameha went even further. He can physically absorb other people.
They put the absorption in this, but then they didn't use the absorb forms because like that's cheating to like have that. So it's like, what's the point of explaining it if you're not gonna use it anyway?
Transforming his mind and body. Yes, come to me! That's the most disturbing thing I have ever seen. Each version of Boo has a different personality based on who. He's so tiny! He's like a little kid in MC Hammer Pants. This can't seriously be his deadliest form. Kid Boo is pure rage incarnate. He can get so angry, he's capable of tearing holes in the fabric of reality just by screaming. Or if he's fed up with whatever planet he's on, he'll just blow it to bits with his planet burst attack. In a universe universe chock full of planet busters, Majin Buu is one of the strongest. He has destroyed entire galaxies by systematically obliterating each planet one by one over time.
I made a video actually about this, about if Boo is like a galaxy buster. I explained in that video a couple stuff. I'm not going to go into too much. If you want to find out about it, you should watch the video. It's actually a really good one. But one thing I did state was it was not systematic destruction of every planet. It was the systematic destruction of life on, in the universe. So basically, he was only specifically targeting planets with life on it. So if he goes to a solar system, he would skip over a solar system that has no life. Like, let's say there's countless solar systems in our world that have no life, so he'd be passing that. And then if there are life, there might be 2 to 3 planets with life in the solar system. So he'd be wiping out 2 to 3 planets per solar system, because there wouldn't be a whole solar system full of it, like every planet having life in it. So he would be only targeting specific ones, which would increase the amount of speed he would have to be moving to go from solar system to solar system, from planet to planet, because he wouldn't be just attacking everyone. He would be specifically targeting certain types of ones.
He's defeated most of Dragon Ball Z's most powerful characters, including Vegeta, Gotenks, and Gohan. He one-shot the King of the Demon Realm and easily bested the Supreme Kais, who are like the gods of other gods. So needless to say, Boo is pretty friggin' strong. But he's also extremely cocky, caring little about strategy or personal safety. And while his regenerative ability seems to make him indestructible, Boo is one of the only Dragon Ball characters whose body has been visibly affected by ordinary bullets.
Now, they try to use this as an argument, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt him. And on top of that, his body has, the way it works is it's different. Some instances, the bullets go right through him. Other ones, it just hits his body and like puts dents, and then it comes out and breaks it. Other times, it bounces off. We saw when, when Hercule pulled out his gun and started shooting him, it was bouncing off of him. It wasn't hitting him. And there's also a couple of instances throughout the anime and the manga where he gets shot and the bullets just deflect. So it really depends on whether if he cares or not. Like, it's not going to hurt him anyway, so what's the point of making your body solid enough? Stating that he is, it can go through him, that doesn't, what's your point? Like, the bullets are not hurting him, and like I said, he can change the composition of his body to being, soft enough where bullets pass through him, a little bit tough enough where the bullets just hit him and then it breaks and like dents into him a little, or to the point where the bullets don't even dent into his body at all. So it really depends on how he controls his body.
And while being able to destroy planets, his body is not tough enough to take the explosion, forcing him to regenerate from a mass of big particles. Despite having...
I don't think it's the fact that he can't tank it, because that would be meaning that has less of a durability than Cell and even Frieza. Frieza, with half his body, took Kamehameha to the face, blowing off the other half, and then took an explosion of a planet point blank, was able to survive that. I'm pretty sure Kid Buu is more durable than him. The only reason he blows up into pieces and come back together is, like I stated, he doesn't care. It's not going to kill him. He doesn't mind doing that. Because to maintain your body to be solid enough to tank that, you would have to require more energy or put in more effort. And I don't think Kid Buu is the type of character to care about putting in effort into, maintaining it, especially if it's not going to really hurt him.
Having the mind of a...
Okay.
No way! Did that seriously just happen? Yep. Oddly enough, Kirby's strength, speed, and durability matched and surpassed Boo's. Yes, Boo has more destructive capability, but Kirby's inhale and copy ability let him absorb and rebound anything that could have killed him. And Kirby's no slouch when it comes to power. He tanked a planet-sized explosion without a scratch, when the same kind of blast turns Boo into mush. And remember the frying pan thing? Popstar is approximately the same size as the planet Shiverstar, which is actually a post-apocalyptic Earth. This means Popstar's gravity and escape velocity must be similar to that of Earth's. Throwing the giant acid monster Popon up to the sun means Kirby threw at least 3.5 tons over 25,000 miles per hour. And that's not even counting the giant frying pan or the return trip. And Kirby's Warp Star moves faster than light, a speed Boo has never had to combat before. his instantaneous movement has limits in extreme situations, such as when he didn't use it when a similar giant ball of murder was killing him at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Boo just couldn't stomach this fight. The winner is...
So there's a couple of problems that I want to go through. They only use Fat Boo and Kid Boo because he got angry and turned into Kid Boo. A couple of problems with that. One, Fat Boo and Kid Boo are the weaker forms of Boo. Super Boo, Buhan, Boo Tanks, and Buhan are the strongest versions. Obviously, Buhan is the strongest. Now, with the thing when he got trapped into his world, he became to Kid Boo, but that's not how it works. He would have became into Evil Boo. Evil Boo would have fought Good Boo, killed Evil Boo, and came out as Super Boo, who would have been stronger than Kid Boo. So he would have came out as a stronger version than that. Also, I'm pretty sure if you tear a hole through dimensions, it would also affect Kirby. It's not like it would just randomly appear out of nowhere. If he was to scream and shout and tear a hole through it, I'm pretty sure it would affect Kirby himself since it's really connected in him. Another thing is they gave Kirby multiple characters to absorb. Isn't that against the rules of Death Battle? It's a one-on-one fight. So technically he would not be able to use his martial arts form. He would not be able to use his fire form or his ice form or any of those forms. He would be basically, because if that's the case, then Boo should have had, Go Tanks and Gohan. He should have been absorbing them. So that was kind of like unfair advantage for him too. Also, they talked about the frying pan thing. That's not that really impressive, to be honest, from what they show the calculations. It's not that crazy, especially like characters that can destroy a planet with like punches. Also, they said that he's faster than him. They said that he's faster than him, but first of all, when Kirby's only able to go at those speeds because of his, the star thing he rides. The problem with that is that's a vehicle that he uses as transportation. It's not him moving at that speed, because if he was that fast, then why doesn't he just run or fly that fast? Like when he gets puffy, why doesn't he just do that instead of riding on the star? That shows that he needs the star to move those great distance. He can't do it on his own. So I don't know why they're saying equating the speed of his vehicle to his speed. But even if we go by that argument, Boo has gone faster than the speed of light. First, like I said in the first Goku versus Superman Death Battle, they got the calculations on the math wrong. By their calculations, Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 2 Goku should be faster than the speed of light already. So that means Boo, since he fought against Super Saiyan 3 and was somewhere on the level, he actually fought a being that's faster than light, and he would be moving faster than light with their own calculations. And on top of that, they literally stated in this video how he destroyed countless planets throughout entire galaxies and wiped out galaxies of planets. If he was going from planet to planet, and especially in a few years, if he was able to destroy hundreds of planets, and like I said, he was systematically targeting planets with life on it, he would be going from not only planet to planet, but solar system to solar system, and greater distance, and even galaxy to galaxy to attack these planets. So that would put him well above the speed of light. That would put him insanely above the speed of light, and way faster than Kirby and his ride. And then also they stated that he's not as strong as him. Are you kidding? His punches were able to hurt Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Last time I checked, Goku was able to hurt Frieza, who could take a planet again and destroy it on him with additional things on that. And at this point, they stated that he could, obliterate him with one punch. So at Super Saiyan 3, he would be way beyond, even Super Saiyan 3, if he was to punch Cell one time, he would destroy him. And Cell was a soul system buster. So he basically can destroy soul system level beings with his physical attacks. And Kid Buu was stronger than him. So he would have also a higher striking strength than Kirby. Even if, let's say, Kirby can destroy the Earth, Buu's punching power would be beyond Earth level. Also, Kid Buu's just basic Ki Blast was enough to almost destroy the planet until Vegeta intercepted it. They even said, is he crazy to try to destroy the planet? So even a basic Ki Blast can destroy a planet, and he can just throw hundreds of them. So if he hits Kirby with one of them, if he hits him with a couple of them, he will obliterate Kirby. Also, Kirby cannot absorb energy attacks unless he has his hyper form, but his hyper form requires him to take the fruit to do it. So you have to go to a certain location to take the fruit, and even then, his hyper form, the most is shown is destroy a being a planet level, and I think if you want to go higher, star level being, but that's not close to even Fat Boo. Fat Boo can handle uh, beyond solar system busting characters, so that also wouldn't affect him. Uh, I'm gonna try to go back through some of the other stuff. They said that he couldn't, fly out of it, but he could fly through that energy attack. I'm pretty sure Boo would be able to fly through that energy attack, and also the easiest way for Boo to win would you basically be because he was like dodging his his antenna manipulating his body. Boo could have simply lifted up Kirby in the air with his telekinesis and then hit him with the thing, hit him with his beam, turned him to candy, and ate him. He did it to a whole city of people. He lifted them all up. They couldn't move. I highly doubt if he lifts up Kirby, with his mind, he could not move out of it. I'm pretty sure he would be stuck, and he could do that to him also. And then they try to, like I said, they're saying that the planet will destroy. I already explained the fact that he can tank that because Frieza could do it. The only reason he goes into that form, like lets himself get splattered, is he doesn't care about it. If he's not gonna die from it and can regenerate, what's the point? Also, Boo can tank. Kirby can tank a planet destroying attack, but he cannot tank a solar system level destroying attack. Boo would obliterate him. All he would need to do is hit him once, either through a punch or an energy attack, and he would kill him. And he should be a lot faster than him since he can go throughout multiple planets throughout the galaxy, and he doesn't need a transportation to do that like Kirby. So like everything here with Kirby, they got the calculations. At most, you could argue that his strength is planet level, his durability at most planet level, maybe star level, and his speed faster than light. But like I said, in their calculations, they proved that Goku was faster than speed of light by quite a bit, and Kid Buu was way stronger and faster than him, so he would be even faster than that. And due to the fact of the calculations of him going from planet to planet, solar system, would make him millions to billions of times faster than the speed of light, so he'll be way faster than Kirby. So no, he's faster than Kirby. He's physically stronger than Kirby. His durability, he can tank more. Yes, obviously he turns into goop, but that doesn't really affect him. Also, the sun would not obliterate him. And yes, he could use his. I think the only thing that would give Kirby the advantage would be his hyper form. If he traps him inside his stomach, he can break out of it. Also, Boo is strong enough to prevent himself from being sucked in. He tried this to Meta Knight, and Meta Knight was able to hold himself off because Meta Knight was stronger. He was physically able to maintain himself in there out of getting absorbed by Kirby. So he could do that too. Also, they failed to mention in the Kirby show, there was a character that he fought that knew martial arts that destroyed a building with one of his energy attacks. He was kind of like a Ryu ripoff. So he destroyed a building, and he actually fought Kirby and beat him so bad that Kirby's life was on Kirby's life was like on low, and he would have died. But this guy wasn't evil. He thought that Kirby was evil. He found out that he wasn't, and also Kirby was able to absorb his ship thingy to basically revive him. So he got beaten up by this guy, and Meta Knight also beat him up. And Meta Knight was just playing around with him too. He was beating him up with a sword. So if he can get beaten by characters like that, especially a character that only shown to be able to destroy a building, then he can definitely get beaten up by Boo. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with this. Boo, like I said, easily if he wanted to win, he could just use his telekinesis, lift him up in the air, hit him with that thing, turn him to candy, and eat him. And it's not like Kirby could just suck it up or whatever. So I think there's a lot of things wrong with this death battle. The frying pan feat, not impressive enough. Destroying a planet, there's some stuff that you can say that isn't the case. But even if you do, planet level is nothing to them. Like I said, Frieza took way more than that. He had the durability way higher than planet level, but Goku's punches in Super Saiyan were hurting him. And this was Goku holding back. Later on, Goku was able to block Trunks' sword attacks with a finger, and that was enough to slice, Frieza into pieces. So yeah, I don't think Kirby would win against Majin Buu. Unlike the other ones where I said maybe this or that because they have a lot of abilities and stuff. Even though I don't know much about Kirby, Kirby doesn't seem like he is so ridiculously powerful that he could beat anybody. At most, I would put his his destructive level, like durability plant level, and destructive level star level, and speed faster than speed of light a couple of times. But Boo can do all those things and more, and he has more in his arsenal to beat him. And if we're putting in Super Boo, Go Boo-han and the other versions of him, he would obliterate him easily. Especially Boo-han, he would be too smart, too powerful, too fast. Also, Boo could absorb Kirby. I don't know why they're acting like he couldn't do that. Like they had the whole idea that Kirby would suck in Boo into his body, but Fat Boo could easily just pull out a part of his body if he's being hurt, have it go behind Kirby because Kirby's not that intelligent, and it's not like he has like some crazy sensing abilities. Jump on him, grab him, and then absorb him into his body, and thus he would be even more powerful than he already is. So there's a lot of stuff helping on Boo than Kirby. So no, Kirby is not going to beat Boo. I'm sorry to any Kirby fans. Whoever said this, you don't know Dragon Ball very well or just like to downplay Dragon Ball. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video just as much as the last.